published.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be on FAQs and the most common questions I've been receiving. And it's going to be kind of your chance to have a little talk with me on some struggles you've been having, some questions you guys have been having, and some stuff you guys want covered. So before we start, of course, the Twitter is CryptoFiend69. Link is in bio. And likewise, join the Telegram group. We're at 4K members. So it's growing very fast. So I appreciate all of you. All right. So, of course, the most common question is, it's a little repetitive at this point. What platform do I use? BullX Neo came out yesterday. Wallet tracking, the video I posted yesterday, has great content. Unfortunately, the mics that I've been buying have just not been doing well for me. So I'm buying a new one today. I'm going to go run to the store. So hopefully the content I could pump out for you guys is really good. So BullX Neo has wallet tracking, multi-charts, sniper and bundle checkers, DCA orders, and portfolio tracking. So that's what I've been using since a month ago, and it's out to the public. Yes, since yesterday. So link in bio if you do want that. All right, so bundles. A quick question, and one of the most common questions I've been receiving is, Chris, what are bundles? Well, bundles are a group of wallets that buy at the same price really early on, and it's essentially supply being bought by 1, 2, 3 people. And instead of doing a 10 SOL buy on one wallet, they do, for example, 10 wallets of 1 SOL each, right? So as I mentioned, you can use BullX Neo to check for this. Another good alternative I've been promoting, well, not promoting, but because it's free, but just giving out as a resource to everyone in the Telegram and Twitter and Discord, is the Trend Trader bot. That's good as well. They have a website. And lastly, well, not lastly, but bundles can be good, right? Because bundles are just essentially controlled supply. So when you see a lot of bundles in a coin, but the narrative is good, the meta is good, and it's in the right hands, it can be very bullish, and bundles can go very, very high in terms of market cap, right? But on the same token, bundles can also be very bad, right? Because if a coin hits 100K market cap and it's migrating to Radium, and it's, say, 60% bundled or something, and the dev or whoever bundled it is just kind of very profit-taking and will nuke the chart, well, yeah, the chart's probably going to nuke. The coin is going to probably dump into the Radium migration, right? So you do want to be cognizant, and this next kind of rules I have for you will help to deter you and steer you away from a lot of mistakes you could possibly be facing. So the first rule I kind of have for bundles, and this is primarily for beginners or intermediate individuals. If you're more advanced, you could kind of ignore these 2 rules because you'll kind of know the ins and outs of narrative, meta, etc. So wait for 75% of bundles to sell before buying. So as I mentioned, bundles are essentially wallets that bought in at small amounts at the same time, indicating it's botted, right? So you want to be waiting for 75% of the bundles to sell. Does this mean you might miss the one play of the week that goes crazy with the bundles not selling because the supply is controlled? Yes, that is very possible. But we're in the game to make money, not lose it. So you're better off missing that one play, but also missing the 70 plays that will rug you every single day because of bundles, right? So I recommend waiting for 75% of bundles to sell before buying. It just helps clean it up a little bit, and that allows you to buy the dip much more efficiently and effectively. Secondly, more than 50% of bundles, if the coin is more than 50% bundled, you want to ignore it, right? Because that means over half of the supply of the coin is in the hands of bots or individuals who just botted it, right? So you don't even want to be putting your capital and your hard-earned money into that, right? Why would you want to put your hard-earned money into a coin that's botted by a couple people that has crazy supply, right? They're in it to make a quick buck for the most part. So more than 50% bundle, ignore. It's just not worth the risk to your portfolio because we're in the stage of growing our portfolio, not risking it, right? If you have 200 grand and you want to gamble $200 on a bundled coin that you think could run because it's a good narrative, with all means do it if you want, right? And if you have $200 portfolio, you could do the same. I'm not anyone's boss. I'm just trying to help, right? So if you have a lower portfolio, sub 10K, I wouldn't even bother gambling on coins like that. It's just not in your best interest, right? And we're in here to learn and to get better and to make more money. Let's be honest. We're all here to make money. Another question is, what strategies does Chris use, right? What do I use? So I have the volume strategy up on my YouTube channel. The scalping, I do not have a YouTube video on that. It will come soon, eventually. I have the dip buying strategy on the video YouTube channel as well. And the narrative is just basically understanding the meta, understanding why will people buy this, is it a good narrative, etc. So volume strategy is essentially going with the volume. If there's a lot of volume on the coin, that means there's a lot of eyes on it, a lot of buying pressure. So you want to be capitalizing on that. Scalping is just quick 10 to 50% moves. I really don't recommend scalping because if you've seen, I know a lot of you watch other content creators, scalping is very prominent amongst the bigger influencers. And why is that? If I'm being honest with you, and I'll tell you the brutal truth, it's because they milk their copy traders, guys. Like all these influencers you see, they are not good traders, all right? All the big guys with their wallets that are public, they are not good traders. They buy at 10K market cap. Their copy traders will pump it up to 30K. They sell to make a 2x profit, 3x on their money. And that's it. And they do that all day, every day. They are not good traders. All right. You don't see them posting 100K on a trade, $1 million on a trade, because they don't do that. They just make 100K a day scalping off their copy traders, right? And I'm sure maybe some of you seen, maybe some of you asked personally, hey, Chris, what's your wallet? I'm not giving my wallet out for that reason. I'm not trying to milk you guys. I'm trying to help you guys. I want to make you guys money and not dry you out with funds because you guys copy trade me and I just want to be an idiot and screw you guys over. All right, that's not me. That's not who I am. That's not what I stand for, so I won't be doing it. Dip buying is the video I have. It's about 48% to 62% dip buys on a couple day to a max 1 week old coins in the millions of market cap. That works best. And I use this primarily, and I'll go into it in the future of this video on what kind of trader I am and what I use. And the narrative, lastly, it's just meta and conviction, right? So narrative is, for example, when Chill Guy was going really crazy viral on TikTok, right? I saw Chill Guy at about 3 million market cap and I bought in a little bit. So that was the narrative, right? There's no real premise or strategy behind it in terms of like, oh, Chris, do you wait for a dip? Do you wait for this? Is there enough volume? Narrative plays are essentially you get in or try to get in very early and you're trying to understand the story that this coin holds, right? So if you're getting in early and it's a TikTok meta or TikTok coin that's going super viral and you're seeing people post about it, comment about it on TikTok, you're going to want to get in early. You don't want to be getting in when the coin's popular over TikTok. So you want to be getting in early, and that's kind of the strategy behind it. There's nothing set in stone, but the strategy behind the narrative is just simply understanding the story and being okay with understanding that the story may not play out as you like. Then this question really pops up a lot for me in my DMs and just overall in my comment section. Chris, what kind of trader are you, right? So mainly I focus on volume, narrative, and dips. I really am good at the dips and volume part. Narrative, I'm really working on and trying to get better at, right? Just because you guys are learning from me doesn't mean I'm the best. I want to learn and get better every single day as well, right? It's a profession, guys. We're not here to gamble. We're here to make money. And so what do I focus on? I focus on compounding growth very fast, right? I do less trades with more risk allocated per trade, right? There's some guys that preach, 1% risk, 2% risk, and that is good if you're doing really low market cap gambles. But me personally, I'm doing higher market cap stuff, right? As I said, my strategy is volume, narrative, and dips. So the narrative part, some coins are, 10, 20 million, like the AI coins like I posted in the Telegram. I posted ALK at about 16 or 17 million. I personally got in at 12 million. It's at like 130 million, right? So a lot of stuff is narrative, but also volume, right? It's 250K market cap. It's going crazy. You want to get in. For those, I do a little bit less risk. But for the plays like ALK, I'm putting in a lot more of my portfolio. I'm putting in 20 grand, 50 grand, etc. because I want to really compound that growth. Like what's better? Doing 100 trades a day, scalping for 0.2 Solana, or putting in, 50 to 100 Solana on a big coin and getting a 10x, right? And you hold that for a week or a month. So it really depends on what kind of trader you are, but the trader I am, I try and focus on more narrative plays now with higher volume on dips, especially if that all happens. The trifecta, that's amazing. And those plays end up working out very well, but you do need to understand the story and the narrative. And essentially what you need to be doing when you get into a coin is will people buy this from me when it's 5 times higher? Is it that good? If you think, no one's going to buy this after me probably, then don't buy it, because you need people to buy it after you for it to go up, right? And so lastly, what kind of trader am I? I'm more technical analysis focused than narrative right now. In the past, I used to be strictly narrative, like, oh, this coin's funny, this coin's cute, whatever. And it's worked out, but I'm trying to shift a little bit more to more TA focused on higher market cap coins, right? So I'm seeing a lot of you do technical analysis on 50K coins or 250K coins. And the psychology video that I do have on my YouTube channel does work, but TA mainly focuses on higher market cap, say 5 million plus, 2 million plus, like ones that are more established, right? You can't really do technical analysis on a 500K coin, 250K coin. Like the psychology zones help you identify areas where you could be buying and selling, but that's not the end all be all, and those can fail as well. And as I mentioned, I'm focusing on narrative nowadays. I really want to be getting into those coins like Chill Guy that I popped up here on the screen for you, or Moodang or Peanut. Coins like that, the ones that Coinbase will list, the ones that Binance will list, those are the ones that are going to make the most money. So if you see some random coin like, I don't know, let me just make something like Toilet 3.0, Coinbase or Binance are probably not going to list that on their exchange, right? So do you really want to even be buying stuff like that? I don't know. That's just a question for you to ask yourself. So a question I've been getting a lot recently is best strategy for beginners. Hey, Chris, I have a 1 SOL portfolio. Hey, Chris, I have 2 SOL. Hey, I have 3 SOL. So there's 2 routes you could go down and 2 kind of plays you could be doing, right? So route 1 is low market cap, right? Sub 100K. You're allocating, say you have 1 SOL, you're putting in like 0.1 SOL, 0.15 max into a play, and you're going for that 2 to 5x, right? When you're at a very low portfolio, and this is for everyone, you need to be taking profits quickly. You are not going to hit a 100K trade in the first week of trading meme coins or the first month. It's just not going to happen, and that's okay. You're not going to turn 1 SOL into 1,000 SOL in a month. I know everyone wants that, and it can happen to you if you put in the work, but not in the first month, guys. All right. What you want to be doing is just compounding very, very quickly. So sub 100K, allocate 5 to 10%, aim for those 2 to 5Xs. I mean, listen, if you put in 5% of your portfolio and you get a 5X, you just gained 25% on your portfolio, guys, right? And you do that 4 times and you already doubled it, right? And it's not that hard to do. And route 2 on what you can do is dip buying and narrative, right? So for beginners, the highest risk to reward, or the lowest risk to reward, as I should say, highest reward, would be 250K to 5 million. And you're allocating a little bit more to these plays, but it's higher reward, as I mentioned, but you're scalping. So you're aiming for 50% gain to 2x, right? If it's going with high volume, obviously take a little position off, take your initials out and ride the wave, because volume, when you get it on a coin and it's a good narrative, it's going to go crazy, especially right now. But if it's not the best narrative, the volume's kind of dying and you're up, 50% to 2x, take it. Compound those growth. Compound the growth, right? If you put in 0.5 Solana, let's say your portfolio is 3 Solana, you put in 0.5 and you get a 2x, you just made a Solana, right? Just take that. That's a lot to your portfolio. It means a lot. We're here to quickly grow your portfolio. Once you get to 50 SOL, 100 SOL, that's when you could start doing more holds or more gambles, etc. But right now, when you're growing, you have lower portfolio, you got to maximize the growth. You got to maximize the profits. And you can't maximize growth or profits without taking profit, right? And so for the beginners with more money, I recommend upping the market cap minimum. So I recommend you go route 2, but do dip buying a narrative on, let's say, 1 million to 10 million. I would try to identify coins in that range. That would be best for those with a little bit more money, say $5,000 to $10,000. Okay? Now, wallet tracking. So I did post this video yesterday. Unfortunately, the audio wasn't good, as I mentioned, so I apologize. The content's really good. Wallet tracking is one of the best things you can do in the space. It's an amazing tool. But, as I said, do not copy trade anyone. Okay, guys? Do not copy trade anyone. I don't care who they are. All right? I don't care if it's Orangey. He will farm you. I don't care anyone. And I'm not slandering anyone. It's your risk when you're copy trading someone. So I'm not hating on anyone. But I'm telling you right now, do not do it. You will lose your money. I will promise you that. All right? Wallet tracking should be only used as a confluence. You should have a built-in strategy and you should be using it as a confluence. All right? And so you might have seen the video from yesterday. The best wallets are 30 to 55% win rate, right? And you might be asking, but Chris, your strategies are 90% win rate. Yes, that is correct. But you also miss out on a lot of plays, or you don't catch every play, right? You might catch a lot of 2, 3, 5Xs, but you might miss out on the 100X that came up, right? So the wallets with 30 to 55% win rate, yes, they will lose a lot or a significant portion of their trades, right? But those are the wallets that hold the coins the longest, and they end up going crazy if they catch a correct coin, right? So you want to do your due diligence on those wallets and understand that going in, right? If you see them buy something, do due diligence on the coin. See if you think this will go 10x, 100x. If you don't think so, don't buy it, right? Secondly, another really important tip, look for wallets that trade like your trading style and your mentality, okay? If you're a scalper, don't trade wallets, like for example, that I would do, which is narrative and dip buying, right? Look for wallets that scalp, but be cognizant because they're scalping and they're going to be in and out very quick, right? So you want to be tracking similar wallets to you, but always be cognizant of that. Secondly, if you're a dip buyer or a narrative buyer, identify coins that were dip buys and narratives, go on the top 100 traders and go through all the coins and see how they traded and see if they fit your style, all right? The more wallets you have that trade like you, and if you see 3 of them, 4 of them, say if you have 50 and you see 5 of them buy the coin that you were looking at, doesn't that give you a really good confidence boost to buy? I think so personally. The wallet tracker I use is BullX Neo, right? Video was done on that yesterday, link in bio. But also substitute, if you don't like BullX, you don't want to use BullX, I understand, right? It's your personal preference. There's Cielo or Good Morning, Good Night, which are just the wallet statistic analytic kind of resources you can use. You just copy the wallet address that you want to analyze. You put it into Cielo Finance on Google or goodmorninggoodnight.ai. They will assess the wallet for you. They'll give you the win rate, the profits. They'll tell you all the activity, etc. And then if you want a direct wallet tracker, of course, RayBot on Twitter. You just type in RayBot Solana. It pops up. It's free. They do have a paid version, but that's just for more wallets to track. You just download that, put that into Telegram, and then you just import the wallets you want to track. And those are good substitutes if you don't want to use BullX Neo. So, Chris, what's your trading routine? So this is actually a question I've been getting a lot, and I kind of underestimated the importance of this until I started making this video, right? So the first thing that came to my head was you need to be well rested. Bad sleep equals bad trades, and that is factual. I remember when I started, I would get angry. I would stay up trying to make the money back. And then guess what? I ended up making bad trades. Then I went to sleep angry. Guess what? Chris didn't sleep for 4 hours. You know, he slept for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. Woke up cranky. Was like, I need to make the money back. And guess what? More bad trades. And it was a bad, vicious cycle, guys. So please, if you're having a bad day, turn off the computer. Just go relax. Go do something. Be well rested. Because your worst days will be the days where you have a little bad day and then you just keep going because you're like, I got to make it back. And those days end up being the biggest red days of your life. And if you could cut losses quick, that just means your profits are going to grow. So I'm trying to help you all out. Please do that. Please follow that. Secondly, meditate. And you don't have to do any yoga. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just when you wake up, get ready, make your bed nice and clean, meditate a little bit. Just close your eyes, focus, speak into the universe what you believe, want to happen, what you deserve, what will happen, right? Always talk in the present tense. Don't say, I will be a millionaire. Just say, I am a millionaire, okay? Just breathe it into the existence and it will happen. And I want you to do that before you even turn on your computer or your phone. Just close your eyes, sink in, realize reality, and make it reality, okay? Then after that, I go on Deck Screener, go on the charts, check chats, check Twitter. Just see any coins that have maybe launched overnight or just were created overnight and have been going crazy, a couple million, or a couple million and they rugged or went to zero or they're 250K, right? So I catch up on that. Then I look at any new meta or narrative that formed. Like say, for example, a new coin came out and it's a different kind of meta. Maybe I jot it down like, hey, this is a weird topic. Maybe it could run eventually someday. So I form a list of metas or narratives forming. So if you see some crazy TikTok coin come out, maybe you jot down like, hey, TikTok meta coming back, ? Right? And then kind of my little setup, because I know a lot of you guys are asking like, hey Chris, what's your setup? So I have a PC and then I have 2 monitors, of course. I might get more monitors because it's just ease of use for me, but you don't need much, guys. I mean, a monitor, 2 monitors, nothing more than that. So my first monitor is the Bullx Neo 10 multi-charts. So I have 10 charts plugged in, all market caps, all coins for my watch list. And then my second chart is Neo Vision, right? That's like the pump fund. And then I have Dex Screener with my other filters, and then also Telegram, like the Telegram call channel, the Telegram private chat that I made today, and other chats I'm a part of with my friends, right? And I'm trying to maximize my attention everywhere, right? Because maybe I don't see a coin, but maybe someone in the chat sees a coin. Or maybe there's a coin on the filter that pops up, or on Neo Vision, or on the multi-charts, right? So you want to be cognizant, and your eyes have to be scanning everywhere. It's not a physically intensive job, right? But it's very mentally intensive. You need to be on your A game. You need to be able to handle being here for 5-10 hours a day, because the unfortunate thing about this is it's not like the stock market where it's 9:30 to 4 p.m. Elon Musk could tweet something random at 1 a.m. saying free some random animal name, right? And then that coin will go to 20 million, right? And you can't control that. You just have to be active as much as you physically can. And I know most of you cannot be as active as I am, and that's totally understandable. Just do your best. We're here to change our lives, all right? So just do as much as you can. And lastly, I've been getting this question a lot, and I know it's tough in the beginning, guys. What kept you going after you kept failing, right? Listen, guys, you know the story. The first month I started trading, I lost $10,000. I was trying everything. I was working hard. I was on the computers 5-10 hours a day. It just was not working out. And that's okay. But would I be here if I gave up? No, right? So I want you to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? I know you came into Memecoins to make money. Everyone did, right? No one does it because they like Memecoins. You didn't just pop in here because you're like, oh, I thought this coin was cool. No, you're here to make money. Everyone is. If they say otherwise, they're lying. And it's okay to admit that, right? But if you came into here for money and you paid your dues, right, and you're here for a month and you lose a little bit of money, are you going to really quit? You came in here for money. You came here for money, not to lose money. So ask yourself, are you a quitter, right? You got to realize that at the first failure, 90% of people end up quitting. They're just like, screw this, I'm done. And unfortunately, those people are the ones that will hate on you. They'll be like, you're never going to make it. And ignore them. Because I've gotten a lot of those. I mean, you might have seen on some of my YouTube comments, I keep getting like, oh, meme coins are fake. Meme coins are done. You're going to lose all your money. Well, that's false for me. And guys, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. All right? So if I could do it, every single one of you can do it. And it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter, if you're good at TikTok or this stuff. None of it matters. If you're willing to put in the work and you're not lazy, you will make it. All right? You will make it. I know you will make it. Just put your head down, right? Don't focus on anyone else, all right? I personally didn't go to any parties for a full year in college when I was learning how to trade, okay? I wasn't learning how to trade crypto. I was learning how to trade something else. But the same thing applies. Just put your head down and grind, right? And ask yourself this, right? If you never quit, you never give up, you eventually win, right? Like if someone kicks you down 10 times, but you get up on the 11th time, you're still at bat. You still got a chance. And eventually, if it's your 70th time or your 20th time or your 100th time, you will hit it. And that's when everything changes. You only need one thing to blow up, right? For example, check out my YouTube channel. My YouTube videos have done very well, and I appreciate the support. But there's one video that stands out instantly, right? The volume one. It got about 5 times more views than the next closest video, right? So that just shows you the growth can happen overnight in one thing. You just got to keep swinging. All right? And then ask yourself this. Do you believe you deserve success? Because if you don't deserve success, you don't believe you deserve it. You don't think you should get that nice car, you should retire your parents, or you should treat yourself to a nice dinner or a nice house or a vacation. If you don't believe you deserve that, well, then you're never going to give it. You're never going to get it, right? You're going to give up when it gets tough. But when it gets tough, you need to look in the future and realize yourself in the present. Like, hey, in a year from now, I'm going to have this cool car. In a year from now, my mom won't work. In a year from now, I could buy my brother this. In a year from now, I could go to this vacation, right? I could go see this part of the world that I've always wanted to visit. I could go see the pyramids or whatever your heart desires, right? So please, guys, please understand that if you quit, you won't make it. You just won't. It's physically and statistically impossible, right? So please, I know it's tough, guys. I know it sucks. You get rugged sometimes. You buy a bad coin and it goes up. You sold too early and it went up 20x and you could have made a couple $1,000s, a couple $100. I know, it sucks. Guess what? I've been there, guys. I've been in your shoes months ago, all right? And I'm still here. And what does that show you? That you can do it. You can. Just please do not give up, all right? I know this was a little bit of rant at the end, but this I feel like is what helps the most, because strategies are minute. They don't matter. It's the person controlling the computer and the mouse that matters, okay? Because you and me can have a strategy and buy at the same time, and I make more money than you. Or maybe you buy, I sell quicker because I'm like a little scared, I'm on edge, maybe it's a bad day, and it goes up way higher and you make a killing, right? So your life is in your hands. You're driving the car, right? Your life's a car, imagine it. You're driving it. Which direction do you want to go? Say you hit a pothole, do you want to stop on the side of the road? Or do you want to go around it and keep going and get to that destination that you deserve? All right, guys. So I just wanted to round it out and say thank you so much for the support. I love every single one of you. You guys are the best. Our community is the best. We're all going to be rich as hell. Just keep it going, okay? Do not give up. I love every single one of you. Join in the Telegram. I got a lot of cool stuff planned for y'all. I really want us to all be successful here, and we will all be successful. All right? We're building an amazing community. I love every single one of you. Peace out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.